Hello and welcome to another episode of Adventures in Sewing. If it isn't obvious by how I sound, I am sick, so I don't have a ton of energy this week, but I do have a lot to get through. These are largely just repairs and minor changes, so I'm just going to do a bunch of stuff this week. This is a repair. This is a dress that I really like. It's one of my favorites, but it has a small hole near the hip. Should be really simple to fix. If I can find the dang thing. There it is. So, just a little hole. Just turn it inside out and fix it. This one, again, just simple. The casing for the elastic is just starting to tear a little bit, so might as well fix it before it gets worse. This is a dress that I've had for a really long time. It is one of my favorites. I've had this for almost 10 years now. Wore it while I was pregnant. It's just one of my comfy dresses. It has this hole right here, which I don't love, but again, super duper easy fix. I'm just going to fold this and sew it down. Oop. Gonna fold that over and sew it down so that you can't see the hole anymore. This is by far the easiest. This is a thrifted shirt. I am not blessed in the chest, so it kind of gapes open. And I'm just going to see how much that opens up. I'm just going to tack it down so that it stays. And then I'm also going to remove these little ties because it came with a waist tie and I just didn't like how that looked on me. This is another thrifted item. I'm going to wear it as a house dress. And I really think it's cute, except it has these awful ties where you're supposed to tie it off on the sides like in a knot, and I think it looks gross. So I'm going to hem it so that it hits more at my knees, and it has those lovely little boob inserts that you can't get out. So we're just going to do a pedectomy and take those guys out because I just don't need them. And they're all folded over. If you're going to put them in there, you need to have a place where I can get them out and readjust them. Another thrifted item, I really like this. It fits really nicely. It's too long for my liking, so I'm just going to cut it off at the knees. And then I don't like the sleeves. I hate to lose all this pretty embroidery, but I'm going to chop this off at the sleeves. It's one of my favorite dresses. I wear it when we go out. Super duper pretty, however, tends to come untied. I like how it looks tied, so I'm not going to sew it. But what I'm going to do is have my husband tie it where I want it to be, and then I'm just going to tack it down and then basically permanently tie it. I had initially planned to remove this kind of center section because I hate these little sticky outy bits, technical term, but it's actually the shirring that keeps it together, which is a bummer. It's fine. This is my first long sewing video, was this pantsuit. I'm really happy with it. Doesn't make me look a little chubby, but motivation. There's a hole in this pocket, and then I'm also just going to remove these pockets because they add some kind of unflattering bulk to my hip area. Makes me look bigger than I am. And lastly, this is a Fox and the Hound dress that I got at the thrift store. It's too big, so I'm just going to take it in on the sides. And I don't like these ties. I think this tie looks unflattering. So I'm just going to remove one of them and then sew it. Or if I can, I'll just tack it like the other one. So that's what we're working on this week. So that is how much that keeps open. So when I bend over or anything like that, it flops. So I'm just going to tack it just a couple stitches so it sits right there. That's what I want it to look like. I'm just going to hand sew a lot of this stuff that just needs to be fixed because I want to bust out the machine. I'll do the machine later. But right now I have the time. I have a little bit less energy than I'd really like. So I'm just going to hand sew it. Voila. Now, no gap. No more than you'd really want. And I think it looks cute. Super easy fix. And to take care of those little ties I was talking about, little loops, I just nipped them off with fabric scissors. So now I've got you set up in bed with me because I'm going to watch some Hannah Alonso and seam rip and then hand sew a couple more things. So I have this little like extra bit that I don't really want. It's gonna, stupid part of my brain was like the jumpsuit cussy. Basically the jumpsuit has a little bit of an extra thing. I'm basically gonna just make a dart, I guess, because that's not flattering. Now it's time to remove our second pocket. On their own platform, and their own followers use their comment section to inform them that this is the one that had the hole in it, so it was a lot easier to do. So that one's done with what I'm going to do right now. I need a sewing machine for that. So I'll add that to my sewing machine pile. I think this is such a pretty fabric. Next is another easy peasy. Oh, there's actually a couple spots for the... Okay. I might just reinforce the whole thing while I'm here.
In between jobs, or you just started a job in this career field that's very clearly not going to afford you this lifestyle that you were maybe hoping to have one day or thought was really interesting at one point. You're now learning for the first time how much it costs to survive.
Next one is this guy. This little hole right here. And I'm just going to, this is right where the seam ends for this slit in the leg. I'm just going to lay it flat. And it kind of folds over on itself, which is fine. So I'm just going to encourage that fold and flatten it out.
Rub their wealth in our faces. Girl, we can't afford fruit, and you're telling us this in front of your $800 balsam hill tree and $135 sweatshirt? That's a really good point. Like, even just the way Jacqueline presents herself in her videos, the jewelry stack she has on, the clothing she wears, what's in the background, her big, beautiful LA home, and the video that she's posting in that environment.
All right, last one for the hand sewing is The green dress that I made earlier this year, one of the straps came off completely. The other one seems pretty stuck tight. This is actually the second time I've had to fix it, so I'm hoping if I hand sew it, maybe it won't be as much of an issue. Oh, actually both straps are coming off. Ha! Fun.
No one can afford to try this, Jacqueline. The one person she cites having seen done this is Avery, and she's talking about Avery Woods, who is also an influencer.
Good thing
in
it was
LA,
done.
who hangs out with Jacqueline a lot. The fact that she's calling caviar on chicken nuggets a trend is a
There we
great
go.
example of how out of touch with reality.
Fixed.
I personally
I'm working on the dress that has the cups inserted, and I just seam ripped the side, and I'm trying to pull it out. These things are stuck in there. So you have the ability to stick it in there and tack it down. Make it harder for me to get it out, but you can't tack it down so it won't like flop. I highly doubt, I refuse to believe that this is meant to be like a chicken cutlet. No, it folded over at some point. So y'all want to go ahead and take the time to tack it down so it's harder to get out, but you won't take the time to tack it down to where I can actually wear it without it flopping over. That's ridiculous. Nice thing though, this is all one piece, the chest, so I can just pull them both out instead of having to rip off both. So I pulled the other one out and I checked it, and it's folded in quarters, whereas this one's folded in half, and they're folded in different ways. So it's not even like, oh, it's half and half. These are not meant to be like this. So there's no reason that they could not just and make it actually stay in place. I removed the sleeves. I ended up deciding to just kind of clip them off, and then I'm going to roll the edge in. And because this is lined, I think I'm just going to hand sew it into place. That way I can get it done faster, and I won't have that seam. I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be fine. But we'll just have to see. Hello, it is day 2 of this repair project. I've cut the old hem off of this little house dress, also taken the inserts out, and now we're about to hem it. And here is the other dress. I've taken the sleeves off, and my husband helped me cut it. You can't tell from here, but it is choppy. It's also still a little bit too long. I would like it to be closer to the knee, but we figured too long is better than too short. It's still a little matronly though. I'm about to start hemming this, and I have this really pretty detail up on the chest piece, which doesn't extend to the back, which drives me crazy. But I've decided to do this as my hemming stitch, so that it's not the exact same stitch, obviously, but I can bring a little bit of that pretty detail into the bottom of the dress as well. I don't know what I done did wrong. Some of it looks great, and then some it just starts skipping, it starts overlapping, so I'm gonna have to seam rip this, and it's just, the bottom's gonna be plain. So there's one of the hems done. It's not the prettiest hem in the world. I also haven't hemmed the inside liner, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm really happy with it. I think this is a lot more modern, let's say. I don't look quite so matronly. But I also think it just needs to be zhuzhed. It's still a bit matronly. Not the straightest thing in the world. You can see how curved it is. But in my defense, the bottom was curved too. And this is like my 3rd time hemming something, and the other two were recently. So there's the other thing that I did. I think I look cute. I like this a lot better. It's a lot more comfortable without the stupid little cups. I also sewed up the part that I cut open to get this guy out. There's the final result for that. It's the result for that. And because you can't really tell, the hole used to be in this area. I think I did a great job. There's a little bit of puckering, but I think I did a really nice job. Also, tell me, I have to wear a slip under this because this top is completely sheer. The bottom is lined. Tell me why the top's completely sheer. Here's how this looks. I actually didn't have to do anything to this because it's a size extra large, but it's shirred. So it can stretch out to be a lot bigger, and I was worried it was going to be too big, but it contoured to my frame. And this fabric is pretty sturdy. I don't think it'll move a lot, so I don't think I'll have to sew these. I think it looks great. So that looks like the tear was down here at the hip. Can't see it anymore. And I am still wearing the slip, so I have something to clip my mic to. Yellow dress. And there's the hand sewing that I did. I'm gonna bother putting this one in because it's just the straps, but I sewed the straps on. This is one of my favorite dresses that I own. I'm really glad that I have it back. And you can't really see, but I sewed, you really can't see, I sewed them into place. I think I look really pretty in this. Lastly is this one. I think it came out nice. I like it a lot better without the sleeves and a nicer length on me. I was going to do something with this. It's just super unflattering on me. It makes a really gross shape on me. So I really love this fabric. So I'm going to cannibalize it for something else. I'm just not sure what yet. But there you go. There's all the repairs that I needed to do. That's all the thrift flips that I needed to do. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to watch me bumble my way through teaching myself how to sew. And see ya!